there's a colossal shift coming in 2022. This has been coming down the pipe for quite some time, but we should be seeing huge physical changes showing up in 2022. Now, what kind of changes can we expect? And what is this shift? I'll talk about everything today on Earth 1111. Hey, it's Roxanne, Earth 1111. Please share the video with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Now, what is this colossal shift that's been coming down the pipe? So this has been going on, of course, and unraveling for many years. And it's all meant to be. It's not just something because of the last 2 years, right? I can't even say the word because that's how ridiculous this whole scenario is. But we have to understand that we are changing with the atomic structure of the fabric of reality is changing to a higher expression. It's changing to plasma. So when the foundation of reality changes, everything changes. And that's where we're at. So we're at that tipping point that we are going to now start seeing these amazing changes unfold in physical reality. Because of course the physical always lags after the energetic. So of course we've been anchoring these energies in since around 2012, of course, really since 1987, or even before that. But the whole point is, right, we don't worry about dates. We just worry about we are now at that climax of there's some stuff about to go down in the world. Our frequency is going up. The planet's vibration is going up. So what does that really mean? It means it's spinning faster. Every single molecule of you is spinning faster. The whole planet is spinning faster. Your physical body field is spinning faster. So these changes that are happening internally also make us different people. So as we heal, right, as we implode closer to the center point, which of course, because we are spinning faster, we're getting less into those shallow existences. They're not doing anything for us anymore, right? You can have all the money in the world and you're still miserable. Right? So their own values are changing, and that's because we're changing at the core level. Literally, we are changing into plasma light beings. Again, don't have to worry about anything about that, but you can check out all my other videos on my channel. I talk about that, all different types of topics many times, so you can check that out. But just know that it's everything in the world that has been created to keep you small, to keep you needing something out there, focusing on something out there, to keep you divided, worrying about very surface level, shallow things that will never make you happy, right? Just to fill the void temporarily with that thing, and then you're needing something else to fill the void the next day, right? So it's that entire world of just consuming all the resources, right? Consuming things, just worrying about things that really don't matter. And when we change as an individual, we change as a community, then we change as countries, and then the entire world as well, right? So we can't just look to some politician out there to slap some new law and to think that everything's going to be perfect. Who cares about what they try to change? Like I said, we need to realize that the whole thing is like black mold. It's the whole thing that needs to come crashing down. Another example is the financial system, right? Of course, an entire system of competition, division, right? Some people take everything, other people get nothing. So we have been ingrained that we just do anything we can for $1. Like people's ethics are just gone out the window. Consuming the entire planet, right? Cutting down every tree they can. There's no thought about tomorrow. There's no thought about, value and quality. It's all quantity. And that's really how the entire system is, right? They need you buying stuff. They need you constantly buying new stuff. They can't have things last. They can't have quality. Then you won't need to buy that thing for another 10 years, right? I've seen that over my lifetime. You might have seen that shift in the value of clothing, and just everything just got so cheap. But anyways, the whole point is just realizing that, things like the financial system, where we are in these programs that we think we have to work ourselves to the bone for 40 something years, right? And if we're not, then we don't have any value. And so it's just, we have all these different priorities that are changing. And again, it's all happening because we're changing at the core level. So we're not being made to change. Yes, of course, what's going on the last 2 years has been a catalyst, but it's been a perfect catalyst to get people's priorities changing already, right? We are valuing things that before we were just too busy in the rat race to even look at. When you have some time to look at the truth, to look at what's going on, not just out there in the world, but in your own personal life, what you've been doing, right? What you've been putting up with, then that's how we start changing. We don't worry about everything going on out there. We change ourselves first. We change us, and then watch the whole world change, which is also, again, why we're going to be seeing big changes happen in the world, because when we stop buying certain items, or we change our habits, what we value, our priorities, just watch how this wave happens, right? Watch how all these different multinational corporations start crumbling one after another, right? And it's already begun. We see really the lies coming out everywhere. Of course, right, the political arena, don't even need to get into that, because that's just one big joke at this point, right? It doesn't matter what country you're from. We have the power. We are the masses. We are the people. But we have been told that we don't, right? And so people, when you're told something again and again, you start believing it. Now we have to understand that the entire world out there, every single pillar of our society was created on this separation consciousness. Very shallow thinking or shallow consciousness. But we can look into, for example, what's been going on the last 2 years. So the healthcare system, right, is giving us one way to fix something. And it's fixing, what is it? The symptoms, the shallow expression of the real problem, which is always an internal problem. So what is the problem? People are unhealthy, right? You will never, ever, ever hear about how to actually get yourself healthy. You'll never hear it. And that's because once they give you the game changer, then you don't need all of their stuff, right? You're gonna realize every single pillar of society is a business. It's all been created as really a business because it has been created from this separation. It is not created as a core truth or as something that has value at its core. It's all based on a facade. So this is why really every pillar of society has to crumble, because it's the actual energetics that are holding that reality in place that has changed. And it's no longer going to allow a society with priorities that are very surface level, right? That are treating the symptoms and not actually giving you the answers to true health. Or we can talk about in terms of the educational system, right? An entire system based on getting kids into debt and making sure that they pay it off over the course of their entire life. Right? A lot of them aren't even guaranteed jobs, right? And of course, if you dive deep into actually how the educational system was created over 100 years ago, then you'll really learn some eye-opening truths. So again, I want you to get into the point of this video. I want you to do your own research. So we can look in terms of what we prioritize, right? Of course, yes, we are programmed to only value the very surface level of something. Right? No one values someone's heart. It's always about their looks. It's always about how much money they have. Right? People value things, materialism, consumerism, right? And again, this is entire society based on this. So this is really why the whole thing needs to crumble. And it's because this system needs to change. You can't just patch a couple places here and there, right? You can't just paint the moldy wall and it might look all nice and shiny and pretty again. But you know what's festering behind that wall, right? It's unfixable. It needs to be torn down to the foundation. So we can look in terms of just every single thing in our life. We are told to worry about the symptom, the surface level, you know, the smallest tangible thing out here, and not ever get down to the core to fix anything, right? This entire system that makes you buy happiness, or at least they try to anyways, right? So of course we can look on every single aspect of life. It's all the same thing, right? It's always a total focus on just the most physical, surface level, shallow existence. But this is why, right? When you have a shady business practice, just like the world at large, right? It's always that greasy, shady business that eventually gets outed. And that's where we're at. Every single pillar of society is that shady business that's about to get outed. And like I said, this has been going on energetically for quite some time. Now we get to start seeing the physical, because the physical always lags behind, right? It takes so long for the physical to finally manifest and express the changes that happened internally for a long time. So just wait, we are just about to start that acceleration. So again, no fear, this is all happening for our greatest good. This is happening for you to have an amazing life aligned to your heart, living your passions, not just working yourself to the bone just to make ends meet, right? We're going to be coming out of that just survival consciousness. We're going to be coming out of that separation consciousness of me versus other, right? When everyone starts actually coming from their own heart within, then we unify as whole collectives, we unify as communities, we unify as everyone, and then watch the world change. So it's happening because we're changing. Again, we don't have to be worried about it. It's not going to change the way that they're telling us to manifest it. So remember too, that everything that we're hearing 24/7 about Armageddon and the world's going to end and all this stuff's going to be horrible, right? And food shortages. That's because they are trying to get you. You are a powerful manifesting being, right? You are a creator. You are connected to His source. And so when they tell you this is going to happen, right? They're trying to tell you what to think. By them, you know, society, right? We hear it 24/7 on every single, coming from everywhere, right? Whether it's experts, whether it's the media, whether it's social media, whether it's our family, whether it's our friends or our coworkers. We don't have to worry about any of that. We worry about ourselves. Because remember, the fact that they have to be telling us 24/7 what to think, what to believe, means they're scared. They don't have any power. You have all the power. And the world is about to change. This colossal shift is happening because of you. Shine bright, my friend, and watch how everything starts manifesting this year. And again, it could be some chaos in certain pockets, right? There could be some, of course, craziness coming out there. The whole point is you be in the center of your heart, in the 0 point, and the chaos won't be in your life, right? You might observe it out there. The whole point is to detach from it so you don't get yourself pulled into that. But know that you will be guided internally, and you will always be where you need to be. Of course, you need to make those changes too, right? We're all needing to make those internal changes. And our life changes. So of course, when we change inside, we need to now realign our life on every level to reflect the new us, the new you. So don't be scared of change, right? The whole point of this reality is the only thing that isn't changing is change. So don't ever be, you know, feeling like you need to be holding on to what is about to be released, whether it's things in the world, whether it's people in your life, things, right, attachments. The more you hold on to something, the more it's going to be released from your life, right? Because we're releasing anything that is taking us away from sovereignty. is really the easiest way to put it, right? This entire colossal shift is about sovereignty. So just allow things to move out of your life, knowing that the new is going to be so much better. You're going to be so much happier and living your passion every day, getting up excited for life, not just doing what you've been doing for the past 10, 20, 30 years. So be excited. Don't ever be in fear about these changes. Know that society that built itself upon, right, structures that were not in alignment with you need to go. Everything needs to be one big unified system. And if we have some areas of society, which is really, if we look at the world, it's the majority of the world. If it's working against parts of the whole, those are the things that need to be transmuted into a higher expression, which is pretty much everything out there, isn't it? So again, nothing to be worried about, nothing to be in fear. Follow that internal guidance to make those changes, to start taking yourself one step at a time closer to your best life. And we do that, of course, through things like healing, getting our vibration up, aligning with our greatest life, which is, of course, finding your passions and following through with those, right? Trusting you. Trusting that when you are living that moment where you are the happiest you can be, when you are beaming with happiness and passion, that is where you need to be. That is your life purpose. Because when you are in your highest expansion, when you are just feeling that flow, that is where you're meant to be. So it's going to be amazing, you guys. Don't worry about anything. Just know that every pillar of society that has been trying to take away from the whole is going to be taken away itself. So again, be ready for some big changes. Again, there could be some craziness, some weird stuff going on out there. Don't attach onto it. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. Don't fight against it. That's a big thing too. We don't fight against what's crumbling. We're too busy for that. We are creating the new. Right? We don't fight against the old because the old's already burning itself out. It's a parasitic energy. Instead, we focus our energy, our creator energy, on creating an amazing new world. There's so many new technologies just waiting to come out, new free technologies where you're not going to be having to pay an arm and a leg for them. They're not going to be ruining your energy field and your health to use these things, right? Like the majority of technologies out there right now. They won't be treating the symptoms, right? They won't be polluting the world. It's going to be amazing. And I'll actually be interviewing a couple different guys in February. And each of them has a different technology. It's going to be pretty exciting, and I'll give you guys some more info on those types of things. And again, know that the new is already birthing in the old that's crumbling. Right? The old is crumbling and the new is coming up, just like the phoenix, coming up from those ashes. You are the new. So focus on the new. Build the new earth yourself, right? We are here to build it. You know what? We don't even have to watch the old, because the old is going to just start burning itself out. You are here to create the new. Shine bright, my friend, because we're going to be seeing some big changes this year, and this is just the beginning of the amazing new earth that's starting to be seen and felt by millions of people. Meet your soul family. Come support a high vibe community. EARTH1111.com. We have a brand new social media platform. Hundreds and hundreds of amazing people from all over the world just like you. Come meet your soul family. And also, if you're interested in more things, I have a premium community there as well. So you can check that out. And my Starseed Ascension and Alchemy course. We'll see you very soon. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment, like, all that stuff. Thank you so much. I'm Roxanne. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.